Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. It's time for some more Egypt. I'm your Lewis Gilbin, and I hope you're all doing well today. So I'm going to mobilize the two of you because I'm at zero infamy. And so after a quick bit of looking around and some math, I've decided that we should probably just annex Sokoto. If I'm right, that should only be about 95-ish infamy. And as a result, should be good. And I think if I add everything in, they'll get the plus 50. Oh no, I'm going to be annexed. So they'll actually fight us. Okay, toss line. 96.7, hey. That ain't too bad. Alright. On that note. Ah, yes. Amicable, good. I should maybe look into getting some more rivals. Who can I do? Just the Kalsaraj. Yikes. Okay, I need to cut the power block embassies. Yeah. That's a good start. Embargoing the Ottomans and... yeah. There we go. So what does our relations with the rest of the great powers look like? Germany is neutral. I don't think they've had an interest in our region, so they don't care. France, not great. Britain, yeah, negative 100. Alright. Well, there we are. I have 800 infamy, or 800 influence. That'll help drain our infamy a bit. Alright. Let's up our taxes. Good stuff, though. And we're pretty close to actually being able to earn recognition. Shockingly, our standard of living is not in the top 50. How does Liberia, of all places, have 15.5? Communism? Question mark? They have serfdom. Alright. So yeah, they've managed to get quite a group of local allies here to help them out. We should be fine, of course. See, vulcanization is going to get us machine steel tools and elastics. Oh, looks like we have another native uprising. Okay. So, hypothetically, how much rubber do I need? $205. So we'll need to build 7 rubber plantations, if I remember right. Because, yeah, it's 30 rubber per plantation, right? Yeah. Perfect. Start building 7 rubber plantations. Now you guys head down here. On to the next one. Pushing through nicely. We're above the company limit. How did that happen? Well, to be fair, I'm not sure how I got those 2 companies at all. Did I mention let the AI control my nation for like a moment or something? No, I don't think so. Pretty sure I was saving and loading between the look-arounds. Alright. Well, that's fine. We do have the +1. The question is if I just want to do the opium plantations. Transvaal Gold Syndicate's probably the correct call here. on that note, we need to make sure that we build all those gold mines. Alright. You guys are slowly but steadily carving your way through Sokoto. Good. So, on that note, this place isn't going to be profitable unless I subsidize it, because I doubt we have very much demand, yeah. So we'll subsidize it. Ooh, Bone China. Elastics I don't think is ever good. Literally never. I'd really like to get fertilizer up and running at some point. Like, we have a tiny amount of it, but that's just not going to be enough. You know? I'll give them some subsidies to try and help out. The explosives factory should be fine. Even if we don't have dynamite yet. But yeah, 289 fertilizers is a lot. I think it's not, actually. I'd like 2 more of those. Sure. Oh, shit. Pan-nationalism. Finally. A glorious union. All Arabs should unite under us. So, hang on, diplomatic demands, return state. Get this guy back here, Chad, yeah. And the rest of the Maghreb out here. And Tripolitania looks like they're going to kind of accept things. Economic dependence on Overlord has screwed them. Alright. Wayo fell. Finally, we're getting into hostile land. There we go. Now Sokoto can capitulate. But yeah, the great Arabian Empire. So, do we have... Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's colonize our way out to the sea. Oh, good. Finally got wealth voting, too. Alright. State actions. We set production methods. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. Tripolitania having a revolt, as they do. But yeah, that brings us up to a pretty solid 45 million people. Yeah. Not bad. Sure fund the journal. Yeah, I should probably have a look at what the parties are. Yeah, pretty solid. Would like to join the Conservative Party. Honestly, I'd prefer if you didn't. Let's keep the Conservative Party weaker. The Liberal Party looks like they're easily going to be carried to a solid victory here, which I'm happy to see. I don't like that the French Republic are damaging relations. No, they're just belligerent. They're not, like, domineering, so they don't see themselves super powerful over me or anything. Alright. Realistically, at this point, all I need to do is abolish slavery. So. The party favorites. Yeah. Boom. we'll need an interest in the Senegal region to colonize. Very good. How are our colonies, by the way? 1.66. So we don't actually want to establish more until some more complete. Fair enough. We're kind of a peak colony right now. Okay. Yeah, side tech's not great. At least we're finally getting dynamite, though. Okay, you look like you need some help. Again. Somehow. We'll send in the troops. It's not exactly difficult for us to put it down. But yeah. Thank goodness. Dynamite. Okay. Better explosives. But importantly, we can now use the explosives. First we use them in the gold mines. Then ideally I would like to use them in the iron mines. At least doesn't cause a shortage, I'm sure, yeah. So we should see production start to scale up, although that might be trickier than I'd like. Oh yeah. The latest in random uprisings. I only need 75% org. Too many specialty units. Also upgrade your cavalry. Let's go. Alright. On that note, okay, all 7 have been built. Which means it's time for tools. Let's get the tooling workshops on to machine steel. Perfect. Alright. That should make our tooling workshops ideally more profitable, but unfortunately I fear we've just crashed the price of tools. To the point that it's no longer as profitable. Well, it's only minus 20. It should be fine. Alright. So this region should be colonized lickety-split. Yeah. It looks like I can establish some more colonies. Yeah, once this one cleans up. Or any of the others. Boom. Keep it domestic. Alright. But yeah. The Greater Arabian Empire is doing well. GDP is number 8, which is not great, I'll admit. I mean, in general, how's the investment pool? We're up to nearly 1 million. China's a republic. Gong Asian Goryeo. Oh, kind of, anyway. For a moment there, I saw the green background, and I'm going to be like, damn it, did Sun Yat-sen actually do it? That would have been hilarious. Oh no, there's not enough people working in these mines. So, I think I can have like 7 construction sectors additional. The Hassa National Movement. Very well. And we're still in like racial sag. I'd really like to get onto multiculturalism. Or anything else, but for that, of course, getting off of slavery. I guess we've had our election now, so... And Liberal Party managed to do a fair bit here. problem, of course, is landowners are not in great shape. And are quite capable of the resistance that they'll inevitably be putting up. I could knock them down a little bit more of a peg by just skipping on to legacy slavery, which at this point is probably fine. We'll take it as a sort of moderate step. I usually prefer to skip over it, but I think we'll be fine in the grand scheme here. Keep an eye on that. Alright. But yeah, if we can get rid of slavery, we sit at neutral. Which is pretty good. And then I just have to enforce demands on a major power. Which, if you look at the major powers of the world, it's not that hard. At least the ones that haven't been subsumed into the Grand German Empire yet, anyway. Oh boy. Ah. Yeah. You willing to bankroll? Alright. You have our sport. Which is decently meaningful, actually. I'm not a complete military pushover. Mind you, I'm not exactly any better than Russia on the technology front, but it's certainly something. Colonization of East Angola complete. Good. Begin the colonization of air. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna be able to push through this region pretty quickly and take over a giant chunk of the desert. Let me to videos. No. Look, we're trying to restrict slavery here. Work with me. Don't make more demands. Yeah, the officers become radical, that's fine. Okay, probably shouldn't be attacking. We have the Belgians here and everything else. I do not have anywhere near as many conscripts as I was expecting. For, you know, 50 million people. I guess that's the thing, I'm on professional army and I don't even have National Guard. So this is actually about what I should expect. But we'll give it all anyway. Cancelled fireworks. And also, if we're kind of done, I don't know, where am I missing some tax capacity? Yemen and Wirstadt. Yeah, fair enough. Well, why? There's no one with qualifications. Fair enough, I suppose. Although, kind of shocking, honestly. Yeah. To be fair, again, don't have the greatest institutions. Equatorial Bantu National Movement. They're certainly going to try. Yeah, I'm just letting the Russians choose when to attack. So far, it looks pretty good. The German army is heavily outnumbered as our numbers continue to climb. Well, keep improving. Should probably just defend. Or maybe you can attack. Things go back and forth an awful lot. This is a problem. Vestat. Build your gold mines. That's fine. Yeah, we still have enough infrastructure to finish the rest of this. Kind of, anyway. I mean, the main important thing is just try and get more and more gold mines, really. You know? Oh boy. Looks like things are not going well. Might also still have to deal with the Civil War, which is going to be a nuisance. Alright. So we can't do Northern Cape. Can do Congo. I think that was, you know, just this one province there. Colonize into the Sahara Desert. Let's go. Yeah. Like, I assume this is just going to 100, so... How did you guys even get into the government? Unfortunately. Yeah. Alright, Russia, you've kind of just lost. Which sucks, and I'm sorry. But looks like I'm also going to pull back soon. So... arrest the grumblers and fight on. No. And yeah, deal with that. It's perhaps unsurprising that the Germans claim victory in this battle. What a coup. Keep an eye on them. It's not even the Civil War. Alright. Mobilize, send you guys there. Alright. Gold mines in Bierstadt continue to build. Although they're still weirdly angry. In the end, I don't think it necessarily matters too much. But, like, the peasants are getting well-paying jobs, so they should be fairly happy, I would think. pretty much of minimal concern to me. Alright, so Arab Gabon. That place will actually get eaten by the French. Then we'd probably get that one after the war. Intelligentsia stance. Thank you. Democracy is saved. And landowners grow weaker. And we've got lots of shit going on, unfortunately, everywhere. Days of darkness. Help with all we have. There are no words to describe this tragedy. Fear amongst investors. Well, there's no more coup, so. Yeah, we gotta try and do our best. So how much of this is a Russian bankroll? Only 35k. 32k. Alright, I think we can also annex Tripolitania at this point. Alright. So, come on. Oh wait, are we actually at war? And I'm not, yeah. There we are. Okay, we actually were at war this whole time, weren't we? And I was just staring at them. Forgot to actually attack. Oops. It's fine. Let's just clean them up. Alright. It's not in our interests. I want to maintain excess influence. First time this movement is heard. Gifts among friends. Their leader needs to step down. Appoint one Hassa, and they're corrupt as hell. Okay, we can get liberals back in power. Unfortunately, we're going to get a grain of power now, which is going to bump them back up. Alright. Now, the Curse of Shackles. Yep. And we'll see how this goes. Yeah, projected to get 3% more of the vote. But the Conservatives are getting 10% more, so. Overall, I don't think it's necessarily going to be great. That's okay, though. Limit the spread of lies. Very well, you can have your corn law leverage. Stupid aristocrats. Yeah. Oh god, you guys are ethno-nationalists now? Well, at least the bourgeois are on board with the abolishment of slavery. an army group over. Literally always a committed participant in diplomatic plays. I wish, but alas, I do not need you. This place is actually completely out of peasants. Nice. Oh, there's still like some peasants here. Feel like some more construction sectors there. Anywhere where we can mine the iron. Weaken the Ulema. Good. Another colony complete. And yes, we did in fact make it to the sea. Another port. Try and keep them contained in their anger. Alright. Let's go pump jacks, and I need to get more tech going here. Vacuum canning and improved fertilizers. Now at some point, I think I've also queued up some fertilizer plants, right? Still +2. Okay, yeah, we're not. Alright, that's not until after the Verstadt gold mines. Turmoil is at least slowly ticking down. Yeah. Campaign of banquets. Okay. Yeah, we need to try and get this through as just a wound to the landowners. They're getting a lot weaker. Like this is our moment, I think. I may also fire their generals. Yeah. Who's the last one? Did I miss him? Yeah, looks like they don't have any additional generals. How strange. Maybe it was both. Maybe I was just seeing double here. Still political operator. Alright, so that'll reduce it to only plus 50%. Keep children off the factory floor. For sure, Kordofan only has maybe one university. Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of anger. I'd like to get that under control. Oh. Get like another 2 construction sectors here. Slowly but steadily. Gonna say Nigeria, you should have tons of peasants and iron frame all things. That'll be good. Yeah, our economy is starting to ramp a bit, which is good, but we'll see. It's definitely such a late ramp. Slowly but steadily, and then we go on to establish a new colony in Tuat. Good. Alright. I'm gonna hit 50 million people. Yeah, despite my best efforts, though, I don't know. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to get multiculturalism. Well, we'll see. We do have a lot of movements that will push for it. God, do I need... Okay. Yeah, you're all on that. Where is a place that will just have tons of peasants? I guess, yeah. We're just gonna need a bunch more. So start building there. Last gold mine in Wirstadt is completed. It's great news, of course. That's a ton of gold. Yeah, like we get 122,000 in minting. Like I could pretty reasonably bring down my expenses in a lot of areas. And probably just operate on that alone and abolish taxation. Alright. That's good stuff. So the landowners, the only people who will defend slavery. Yeah. There's still the pro-slavery movement, but they're pretty chill. The real question ends up being right now, just hypothetically, any abolitionists? No. Amongst you guys? No. Hell, the armed forces? No. Alright. Yeah. I just gotta relax, we'll be okay. We have a pretty solid chance, I think, of making it through. If we didn't get a grain of power, things would be a lot better right now. The Conservatives would be even weaker. How long do I have a grain of power for? 3 more heirs. Okay. Alright. Good. See, we'll do soil enriched farming. That should get these plants going. Yeah. Nice and productive. Yeah. Yeah. God, we are a weirdly shaped nation. Eventually we'll clean up some of the innards. You want to just, want to just get in my mouth? No, they never do. Alright. It's not like they can actually do anything. And I don't think anyone's going to come to their aid, so... Yeah. The Tuat are launching an uprising. Lord. Get out of here. Fine. Yeah, I was gonna say, you guys are probably at least a little bit pissed. Yeah. Got an Amazigh mass migration. Probably from France, but whatever. Looks like these guys have actually finally started to colonize as well. So we may yet have to murder them. You guys need to advance. Come on. Let's go. Alright. You guys are just arriving. And suddenly we'll have the Aga flanked. We will not, apparently. Because the game can't realize that we should have them flanked. Yeah. Well-being of the Emperor. Well, out of curiosity, because he can step down. Yeah, there's 15% extra stall because of him. I think he needs to abdicate. He doesn't have psychological affliction, so it's fine. But that allows us to actually have a solid chance of getting slavery banned through. Alright. Good. Got the colonization rights enforced. It'll go nice and fast now. Mm-hmm. 51 million and climbing. It's fine. We're getting slavery abolished. And like we have a pretty solid success chance now. You know, 30% success, 30% advance, 30% stall. Alright, so now we have 70% good and only 26% bad. And any additional advances we roll will just come out of the stall. You know? And hell, even most of the stalls that we roll have a solid chance at just, you know, being like, alright, I'll take a step back for another 10% because 5 or 10%, because that 5 or 10% then just comes out of the stall at this point. You know? But yeah, soon we'll have the slaves freed. Thank goodness. Alright. Following that, then there might actually be a solid chance that we can get multiculturalism. God, I sure hope so. Yeah, we have 22%. 42% will stall, but we'll see what we can do. I don't even know who you are, and I don't care. Yeah. It's always entertaining to see Republican China. You don't often see it. Everyone's just having a good old fight. Alright. So yeah, we do have vacuum canning now and improved fertilizers, so we should probably get to work. You guys can do explosive shells, by the way. Fertilizer, fertilizer. Hopefully that didn't break the economy too much. It did. Wait, yeah, no, it's only supposed to go into that, that's why. Because we need more fertilizers. Vacuum canning, because we should have oil. At least I hope we have oil. Hey, do we have any oil right now? We have some. Get an oil rig here. I think the production says to spool up to meet demand. It's our first bit of oil demand, so... Yeah, it feels bad because I've got all this oil, all this rubber, but I'm barely going to get to use it. Like... I don't know. Just gotta try and rush production techs at this point. Push through anything and everything we can. Media endorsements. Bonk. Yep. Stall chance down to 20%. Slowly we amass more and more into success. Alright. Oh dear, there's been a split in the parties. You two have gone off and formed the Radical Party, demanding abolition. The ethno-nationalists now also somehow have managed to head the Liberal Party, which is strange. Most dangerous game. Damn it. Also, was that island that I read there Kentucky? The Russians fucking hunted one of our men. Be mildly entertaining. Pekka Panic. Exiled from Montenegro. No, honestly, lose momentum from the Liberal Party. They are not the Liberal Party. Fruitful endorsements. Why, yes. 44% of the vote, good. That's going to also concentrate the vote, like power that the vote gives, into those two interest groups, which will help. For our last little bit here. God damn. Yep, 47% of the vote. That's better than Liberal parties did last time, so they're going to have even more vote share and fewer people to split it between. Well, fewer groups. Well discovered in Niger. Nice. Alright, 1901 election results. Oh shit, the trade union. Oh. Hold on. I did not realize the trade unions wanted to participate in this election. Just gonna momentarily reload that. Because they should have joined the Radical Party. And it would have been strategically advantageous for me to let them. I did not realize. I'm sorry. That got them an extra 2% of the vote. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the point is they're anti-slavery as well, so. That gives us now only 14% stall, 24% advance, 60% success. We've almost got slavery banned. And without firing a shot. Yeah. All right. So that'll be another weakening to the landowners. And at some point, we'll get commercialized agriculture. At least I freaking hope we will. Admittedly, it's kind of in the hands of tech spread. It may take a while, but we will eventually get there. But at this point, the landowners are starting to fall by the wayside, and we have a rather dynamic political scene now. And we have our next Albanian king. He is an armed forces ethno-nationalist. God damn it. Guess it's better than a landowner. question now is there anyone I'm going to be able to invite that might help us? Like, the problem, of course, is I need people who are Arab. Ooh, man, my voice is really giving out. To be fair, it's been 50 minutes, so... Insubordination. Nobody cares, though. Like, we're getting there with you guys. It'll be soon that you'll be accepted, hopefully. In the meantime, though, our country has grown rather dramatically. We now have 52.5 million people. We're still definitely underdeveloped as all goddamn hell, but we're at least a major power. You know, and if I can get my GDP per capita or standard of living into the top 50, we'll just tick into recognition. Oh, well. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been Abolitionist, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, folks. Have a good night.